Hello. Um, this is another message I'm sending myself. As I can see that the deception is becoming a bit more intense. When I say deception, I mean the lengths to which some people are willing to go through to disprove um, the Almighty, uh, His presence, His works. Yeah. Now, we all know randomness, yeah, is something that can't be tamed. Where randomness is the reason why everything exists. Where if you say that the one that creates is the creator, and then you say the universe created itself randomly, then the universe is the creator, and randomness is the creator. So, or is the way the creator does things. Um, so we all understand that randomness is beyond the scope of control for human beings before us now, and even until the end of time. We'll never be able to. We're not designed to understand randomness. So we use things like luck, faith, yeah, when describing random events. But scientifically, we don't describe random events. We don't. Um, we just don't try to make out like we understand them. We just accept that they happen, and we don't. We do not attempt to subdue random events or eliminate them, because we know that if you eliminate a random process in this aspect of the system, it will turn up in another aspect. Yeah, if you try to stop uh, tire wheels on a car from puncturing, and then you just make them more robust by making them out of tougher material, and then eventually you start using solid rather than air-filled tires, then the random processes will stop acting upon, you know, hollow air-filled vessels, and they'll start acting upon solid objects. So then you have random behavior that affects solid objects. So the randomness moves from one form to another. So you can never eliminate it. So we all know you don't. Let me show you the video. Basically, what happened, I had to laugh for a good half an hour, 15 minutes yesterday when it happened, and 15 minutes today. And I hope I don't laugh through this video. So I'm out there minding my own business. I was out there somewhere in the public house, and I look up to the sky and I see a sand dog. I know it's a sand dog because next to it was the sun, and it looked bright like the sun is there, and it had a rainbow over it. And then I grabbed my camera, and as I was grabbing it, and then what I saw was a plane, one of these ones that are spraying stuff in the sky, um, going through the sand dog, yeah. And as it did this, it it done so with a purpose. So I'm an empath. So as I got this overwhelming feeling that it's as if somebody's seeing this as something so significant that he has to run through it and disperse it and disrupt it. It's a natural event. It's a one-off event. Sand dogs don't happen often. They're miraculous events, if you like, because they're very rare. So it's something that it's like, you know, something pleasant that nature has managed to synchronistically come up with, and it's a random event, it's random processes that formed it. Would never predict when sun dogs are going to happen. You can predict the most likely place, but you don't always get your sun dog. It's random. There's this slightly random as to whether you get a sun dog or not at specific places. So I'm seeing one. So I felt this overwhelming feeling that somebody is trying to discredit the Lord's works, because the Lord that's responsible for miracles. It's as if somebody thought that was something more than a random event and wanted to discredit it and say, look, I can show you that I can even destroy the signs of God. Yeah, that's the message I want myself to remember. It's like, you remember when they do chase the Lord, yeah, he works with synchronicities and randomness. Yeah, so we all know they can never catch that one, because he can even act upon your consciousness, where you start to make apparitions and you start to make other miraculous things, and are you going to chase those down and discredit them? So that's a never-ending battle. Since the beginning of time, there must have been people who thought about it, but we've been hominids for 2 million years. There must have been somebody who thought about it. Yeah, and the fact that we haven't done it means that you can't, and so this is the latest latest contender that has taken up the mantle of trying to discredit the Lord by trying to attack every natural sign and wonder that ever happens. Yeah, so watch what happens. No, this idiot drove through it with his plate. Drove through it with his plate.
There's the plane that's driving through the sun
That's
dog.
the sun dog.
And there's the sun. There's the plane that was going
Sun
through
dog
it.
there. That's the plane that was going through. He went through to disperse it. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm seeing the sun dog, and then the plane's going through it to try and spray chemicals in it and disperse it. And I was thinking that we can never win that battle when it comes to the Lord. These signs are going to appear randomly. Yeah, you can't chase them all down and try and eliminate eliminate any event that the Almighty ever shows to anyone. You can't. It's just too hard, man. You can't eliminate that. Yeah. So I just wanted us to consider. Let me just see if I could find the exact spot where you can see the sun dog. Yeah, I'm looking up there. You see? Yeah, that's the sun dog there, and that's the little plane going through to disperse it. And I think I pan over. Yeah, and I panned over, and you can see the sun dog kind of dispersing. I panned over, and you can see the sun here. Yeah, that's the sun. Yeah, and then I go back to the sun dog. Yeah, as it's been dispersed, and that's the plane going through. Yeah, so that was just funny. I had to share it with you. Okay, that's it. We can never beat the Almighty, and this. I hope I remember this to try to confuse me, because if you're chasing random events, even as a scientist, I know that's a dead end, man. You can't be the Almighty. You can't beat the Almighty by chasing down all the random miraculous things He's gonna do to show people that He exists. That's it.